So welcome back to the channel. This is a relatively short video for the final fixing of the TRD wing, but do watch it all the way through because I do give quite a few tips as I go along for the install of this. I got the spoiler back from paint quite quickly and was really pleased with the finish. It had a good high gloss finish to it, so was really pleased with that. Now the end plates that go onto the side section that you see there, I vinyl wrapped them with a carbon effect wrap. That was just a personal preference. You can prime and paint those. Now on those there are two divots, one each end, which give you a guide for drilling. So you could just stick those in, but I wanted access to be able to adjust the wing angle at any time in the future. So what I did was I used a pressed fit plastic stud that you screw in, and as you screw it in it splays out at the back. They need to be a reasonable depth to go through the plate, the slight gap, and then out through the fiberglass section on the back so they can open up behind that. But that gives you the option to remove it at any time, and they did work really well. You don't have to use the screw-in ones. That was just my personal preference, so it would be less likely for someone just to try and pop them off. They'd need a screwdriver or some sort of tool to be able to remove those. But those fixings did hold those end plates in really securely. The holes that I drilled were pretty accurate, and on the left hand side, which is the opposite, of the lid, which is the opposite side to where I'm working here, that lined up perfectly. But on this side, on the right hand side, they weren't quite lined up, so I needed to take a little bit of material off here, and I used a stone on a drill just to wind them out a little bit to give me a bit more access, but I didn't go so far as the rubber plate there didn't refit. And then I just touched up the bare metal edges, and I did that on the top of the boot lid as well with some touch-up paint to prevent corrosion. As well as bolting them on, I used Tiger Seal Polyurethane Adhesive, and I did that for two reasons. One, I just wanted an extra bit of grab on the engine lid to keep it in place. There's no reason why it was going to come off anyway, but it just made me feel happier. And also I was going to circle each of those threaded studs there with some of the Tiger Steel, so when it was bolted down that would prevent water ingress around those bolts and into the engine lid. I only put a very thin amount on, so when I bolted it down it wasn't going to splurge out the side, but you need enough so it obviously sandwiches between the sides and the engine lid as well, if you get what I mean, because there is a slight recess, so you need to make sure there's enough material there. And then it was just a simple case of bolting a thing down. Now you don't have to do this, not massively tight, but obviously tight enough so it's clamped down sufficiently. But what you don't want to do is rip the fixings out. I would definitely suggest that when you put the center section in there, you have an assistant to do that. And then what I did was each side just loosely put a bolt in, and then I just did them up. I put it at the angle to have the most sort of downforce, if you like. And once again, just tighten them up as required, and then just pop those end plates on, and was really pleased with the results. So top tips: have a person with you to help you with lining things up. Certainly with bolting in that center section, you are quite likely going to have to, as I say, take a little bit of material. I would use a stone to do that rather than like a blade to just cut a chunk out, because then it looks a little bit more factory and not like you've attacked the thing. And I was really pleased with the result. So let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think it was a good addition to the car? Do you like that wing or not? So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.